Here's what you need after 40. Mobility, strength, cardio, flexibility, speed, and power. Now these are only layers of physical performance that can give you a lean and strong body, well-defined muscles, more energy, better performance at work, a strategy to fend off diseases like Alzheimer's or dementia, a coping mechanism with stress, and better overall health and a strong and powerful heart. Now here comes the issue with many of us who are over 40. We simply don't find the time and we don't enjoy going to the gym. And that's where the kettlebell and bodyweight exercises come in. You can get a great workout in with only 15 minutes of effort. And since it requires your full body to be engaged, it can become a lot of fun. Here's a powerful key. The more you enjoy the exercise, the longer you stick with it. Now, in order for you to get a shortcut to success, I have compiled a list of 10 strength exercises you need to know and you also need to do. I'm also going to supply you with a workout at the end. Now, if you're over 40 and you want more muscle, more strength, and less fat without going to the gym twice as fast, then consider downloading a free ebook called The Kettlebell Code. You'll find it in the first link in the description. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe hier. Let's waste no time and jump straight into the 10 best strength exercises that over 40s need to know. Exercise number 1 is the Goblet Squat for strong and powerful legs. Watch. The Goblet Squat not only trains your legs, but it's also a full body exercise. It requires your torso to stay upright. You have to grab the kettlebell in front of your body, which activates your arms and your chest. This is a most bang for your buck exercise that must be included in almost every workout schedule. Exercise number 2 is the single hand hang deadlift. Watch. In order for us to get a solid challenge, we want to isolate the body and grab the kettlebell only with one arm. This means that your back muscle has to work a little bit more. We also engage our rotational muscles and we train the most important muscles of our body, the posterior chain, the muscles that we sit on all day, and we need to strengthen them if we want a solid solution against back pain. Exercise number 3, one of the oldest exercises in the book, the push-up. Watch. I believe that the push-up is a solid indicator of full body strength. With the push-up, you train your arms, your chest, your abdominal area because you have to keep your body in that plank position. And the reason why it stood the test of time is because it's one of the greatest exercises that over 40s need to do. Exercise number 4, the Renegade Row, to get a big and strong back. Watch. Again, we have these rotation and anti-rotation muscles into play that need to keep the hips from engaging into a Zumba class. Plus, pulling the arm up means we go into a strong pulling exercise, which is great for our back muscles. If you have only one kettlebell, do the hang row. Watch. Exercise number 5, the walking suitcase lunge. Now we jump into full body territory. A little bit on the advanced side, but you get a lot of bang for your buck. Watch. The lunge opens up these muscles right here that are attached to the hip that get tight if we sit on a desk all day. It also gives us strength, speed, and power in stepping or walking, which is something every human being does on a daily basis. And finally, we're adding a weight on one side, which again engages in these anti-rotation muscles. This is how we create a strong and bulletproof core. If the weighted addition is too difficult for you, do the exercise unloaded. Load the exercise properly by keeping the kettlebell in that hand where the leading leg is stepping. And just in case if you're wondering what kind of kettlebell I'm using, it's the Pro Kettlebell by my friend Nikolai Puchlov, proudly made in the USA. There's 5 things that I love about the Pro Kettlebell. Number 1, the contoured arm pockets that fit well on the clean as well as with the snatch. This means beginners will feel right at home and professionals can get rid of their calluses on their forearms. The second thing I love is the high quality texture finish on the handle, which doesn't turn your hands into hamburger meat when you do lots of swings and ballistics in general. And this also means that you don't have to use a lot of chalk. Number 3 is the ergonomics. The Pro Kettlebell is a little bit smaller than the standard competition kettlebells, which means the weight sits closer to your center of mass. You feel it in the rack position, and you get that immediate super flow feeling when you engage into the ballistics. Number 4 is the wide hollow core base, which makes it a safe option if you do kettlebell exercises on the floor, such as a handle push-up. Number 5 is the second grip because of the wide hollow core base, which lets you do curls and presses and exercises that you can't do with other kettlebells. There are even more benefits, such as a safe option of a magnetic weight chip that you can add inside the hollow core base of your kettlebell and make it heavier. Check the link in the description to get your Pro Kettlebell right now. And don't forget to use our code Lebe to get 10% off your next purchase. With exercise number 6, we go ballistic, and I mean it in the true sense of the word. We're jumping into the kettlebell swing. This is one of those exercises why you want to buy your kettlebell in the first place. Watch. We can load the posterior chain, we can open it up, we can engage into cardiovascular exercise while using a weight at the same time. This exercise gives you so much benefit that it must be included in the list of strength exercises that over 40s need to know. Exercise number 7, the press, another staple in kettlebell training. We press lots of weights overhead, and this is perfect for us people who work on a desk all day, keeping our hands extended in front of us. Watch. Exercise number 8, the clean, the big brother of the swing. We want to bring the kettlebell close to the body and rack it on the hip. This is what it looks like. Once we master the clean, we're now ready for the clean and press. The one exercise that I would do if you would hold a gun to my head telling me, Gregory, you only can do one exercise for the rest of your life. Watch. Exercise number 9, the snatch, which according to research trains every single muscle fiber in your body. Watch. You will notice that the snatch is the big brother of the clean. Now, if you want to master the clean, you have to master the swing first. So you see how these 3 exercises are connected: the swing, the clean, and the snatch. And I call them the holy trinity of kettlebell training. That'll give you so much bang for your buck that you will get married to your kettlebell. Try to melt with it. Try become one. And it will give you so much benefits for the rest of your life, as long as you choose to pick it up for a spin. Finally, exercise number 10, the farmer's life. You must have heard from the so-called farmer's strength. Why are farmers so strong? Well, because they pick up things every day and they carry it around. And now we want to mimic this with this exercise that I dubbed the farmer's life. Watch. Suitcase walk first. Now, clean walk. Finally, waiter's walk. And once you reach that position, you dismantle the exercise down into the rack position or the clean walk, and then finally down into the suitcase walk. Again, you see these one-sided unilateral exercises that perfectly mimic life. Because in life, not everything is equally balanced. This typical bodybuilding type approach where you have to work the left side just as much as the right side because you don't want to be unequally balanced or unequally yoked. Life doesn't work that way. Sometimes you got to pick up stuff with the right side. Sometimes you got to pick up stuff in a way that is not perfect for the lower back or your back in general. That's the reason why you want to build that solid strength with a kettlebell, because you train your body in a way that it's not used to. And this will bulletproof your body and give you the best experience that you can have with life after 40. Of course, I wouldn't be a proper coach if I didn't give you the promised workout of the beginning. Here it is. Get your pen and paper ready because you got to write it down, or you have to screenshot what I'm showing you in a second. Number 1, you set a 10-minute timer. Number 2, you divide that timer into 10 single minutes. Number 3, make sure you hear a clear audio cue once every minute has passed. Now you do every exercise for 1 minute straight. Working for time means you don't have to count reps. This frees your brain from additional computing power, which lets you focus on proper technique and form. Once you've done all exercises, you have 1 round. You do 1 round as a starter, 2 to 3 rounds as an advanced. If you do multiple rounds, add 1 minute of dedicated rest in between rounds. Speaking of rest, always rest according to your perceived exertion, and as you're working out in between the exercises, rest as briefly as necessary. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells and who's over 40. And if you made it this far, download our free ebook called The Kettlebell Code in the first link in the description. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time. Going to the gym is not an option. But you still got to take care of your fitness, and it needs to be most bang for your buck. That's where the kettlebell comes in. So if you want to get acquainted with kettlebell training, you need some shortcuts, some tips from a proven and tested standpoint, then download that free ebook right now in the first link in the description.